Isn't it always fun or pleasant to have the conversation about end-of-life care when it comes to a loved one? But those conversations are necessary. I'm here at Evergreen Place with, we've got Jamie Beck, the director here, and we have Jessica Lyles, regional care coordinator with Transitions Care. Thank you for having us. First of all, Jessica, we're going to start with you with Transitions Care because you guys kind of partner up with Evergreen Place here, and there are some misconceptions when it comes to hospice. So let's kind of go into what that looks like.
Correct. So I work for Transitions Care, and we offer hospice and palliative care services. And our hospice care, oftentimes one of the questions I get is, well, does my mom or my dad have to move from home, or can they continue living in their assisted living or independent living? And the answer is yes. We can provide hospice care or end-of-life care, or also known as comfort-focused treatment in an assisted living environment, such as Evergreen Place.
And Evergreen Place is where we're at now. You guys kind of partner up with other local community partners.
Correct. We try to participate quarterly, monthly, to do activities, to stop in for routine care visits, just to check in and say hi. But that also looks like if they have someone that's needing end-of-life care, we are one of the options that they can provide to those residents.
How do you start that conversation with the family?
So the conversation can look different for everyone, and it usually does look different for everyone. Jamie, being the administrator here, she has a really close relationship with a lot of her residents. Fun fact, Jamie is also a nurse. So that conversation can look very clinical, but it can also look very personal. But if you're looking at how to start that conversation, it typically starts with just noticing the decline or the differences in your family member or within yourself, and just talking about them and seeing what options you have.
Yeah, and one of the options may be here at Evergreen Place. So Jamie, let's kind of talk a little bit about this facility and what you have to offer families who may be looking to transition into an assisted living.
Sure. So Evergreen Place Assisted Living offers, of course, 24-hour care support for someone who might still be very independent, but being at home alone was not really safe, or giving any peace of mind to the family. So our residents here can be very independent, very active in the community still, and some of our residents need a little more care support from our staff. And then again, like Jessica said, the relationships that we build because they're here, when it's time for difficult conversations and a nurse is always here and notices things are starting to decline, or maybe it's time to bring in somebody to talk about some support, such as hospice or palliative care, that they can stay here in what they now call home, but get support that they're needing at that time of life. And so it's really a great partnership, and hospice is a great resource. We're glad that that's offered here, and our folks can stay here at home but be comfortable with their care.
Usually when you hear hospice, like it's doom and gloom and just has all this negative, I think, connotations around it. So how do we let people know it's not as bad as it really can be?
I'll let Jessica speak to this too, but hospice, of course, focuses on quality, not quantity, and it's actually a very beautiful time where you just see a person begin to transition, and we focus on their comfort and just being at peace. So I'll let Jessica touch on that too.
She can tell I'm eagerly trying to talk. I wanted to talk. But Jamie has history with hospice as well, formerly working in a similar environment, and we're just such big advocates for trying to make sure that the end of life is just as good as the start and the beginning of their life. So we want to make sure that we're embodying the hospice philosophy, which is comfort-focused treatment, and the primary goal is quality and comfort care. Hospice definitely had a pretty bad stigma in the beginning, but hopefully we're gearing towards changing what that looks like.
If people are interested, I know it's tough to talk about, and nobody really wants to talk about it or think about it, but if they do have questions, maybe they want to learn a little bit more about transitions or learn a little bit more about Evergreen Place, what steps do they need to take?
So I will advise you to the Transitions website, which is www.transitionscare.com. They can also call our 24-hour number at 877-726-6494, and I will let Jamie talk about how you can schedule a tour or meet their fabulous team.
Absolutely. Anyone can give us a call to speak with me or Sandy, our Community Relations Coordinator, at 217-530-4300. and we'd be happy to have beginning conversation about assisted living, or also pass those resources on for hospice care as well.
Yes, well, it's a beautiful location here, beautiful facility, and maybe if anyone out there has any questions, maybe they want to learn a little bit more, we'll connect you with both teams here at CILiving.tv, and we do thank them for sponsoring our segment today.